Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. So, this is going to be the first of several videos that are going to be teaching you on how to either learn music or play the trumpet. To which, whatever you see fit. This is going to be the video on want to learn music, as the name implies. So, some of the first things that we're going to be going to deal with are going to be the just basic music sheet reading. You gotta, if you want to learn music, you gotta learn how to read a thing of music. So, some of the first bits that you want to deal with is going to be your key signatures or time signatures. And these are what you're going to be counting from. It's the building block of most, if not all, pieces of music. So the top number signifies your counts per measure, and then the bottom number signifies your quarter notes per measure. And we've got many types of music notation. Key notations. So there's going to be your quarter notes, your eighth notes, your half notes, your whole notes, and then semantics. But yeah, the first thing that you're going to be looking at is going to be your time signature, which top, as I've said before, top is amount of quarter notes or beats per measure. Measure is just a block of time. And then below is going to be your quarter notes per measure. So 4/4 is going to be your standard all around basic one. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be the standard for most, if not all. That's what everything's built around. And another common one, there's three that are very common that you'll see, which are going to be your 4/4, 3/4, 6/8. 6/8 just means that you've got 8 quarter notes in one measure. It's plain and simple. So, and then that's most basics of going to be learning your time signatures. And then next, as I've said, is going to be the types of notes you have. And then those, hopefully you've learned the decent, the very, very basics, which is going to be your face in the space, or like every good boy deserves fudge, etc., etc., etc. It's going to be your E, F, G, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. That's for treble clef, bass clef. Not too versed in that, so I'm not going to be going over that. That's a weird conversion. Not going to deal with that right now. But that's going to be your basics on reading music. And then, so our next point of interest is going to be the hold notes. So that's going to be a half note and a whole note. Whole note is going to be that 1, 2, 3, 4, whilst a half note is going to be just 1, 2. And that signifies that, oh, there's 2 quarter notes in that one piece, but you hold it out. And then next is eighth notes. those are where things start to get interesting. So those are going to be those you count like one and. So you've got your one here, and then you've got your and here, versus just one. So that's kind of some basics on the note side. Now, here's where we get to the interesting thing. It's gonna be our what is it? It's gonna be our dynamics. Not dynamics, yeah. It's gonna be our volume, basically. So you've got your soft with a piano, which gets the odd here and there. And we've got mezzo forte, mezzo piano. It's going to be about in the middle-ish of the range. Play decently often, but then we've got forte. Got forte, which is going to be decently common. And one thing that is very big within changing to these notes is going to be things called crescendos and decrescendos. So you can see right here that I've got a piano crescendoing up to a mezzo forte. So you're going to be going through piano, raising that voice gradually. About middle-ish is when you want to get to that mezzo piano range, which is louder than piano but softer than mezzo forte. Then you hit mezzo forte, which it's all going to be a gradual climb, whilst a decrescendo is going to be the same but in the opposite direction. It's going to be going downwards. So you're going to be going from like a forte to, for instance, mezzo piano. We're going down slowly. Now, another point of interest that I have to point out is going to be repeats. These are very interesting. Sometimes they're dropped. Depends on your piece that you're playing. Sometimes it says, oh, it's optional. You can choose to, choose not to. And there's all sorts of weird nuances with them. But to sum it up, it's you play through 2 measures, 3 measures, whatever you're playing. You go through, and then once you hit this repeat symbol, that's going to be your end repeat. You take that, and then you go all the way back to the beginning. Now, that makes it so you go through the piece, go through that segment again. Now, the second time you play through it, you will go past this and go on to the next measure. But there's a few nuances with repeats. You could have a repeat where it says, oh, for this first time, for this first segment, you're going to be playing this little piece here. But on the second time through, you'll be playing this instead. Now, it's kind of just something you've got to remember to do. Sometimes I forget. That happens. It happens to the best of us. Now, most of this is most of your basics. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is going to be accidentals. Accidentals are very interesting. So, we're going to be going to this B flat here. Normally, this would be a B, which would be played on trumpet as a middle valve. So, you got your first valve, second valve, third valve, etc. Not etc. So, this one you'd normally be playing for B natural as a middle valve. But for this one, you change it to first valve. Now, a cheat, sort of cheat, is that most of the time a sharp, which is going to be viewed as a dash, whilst a sharp is viewed as a b, a lowercase b. Typically, a sharp will be played as your next up flat, whilst your flat will be played as your next sharp. But if there's not a flat or a sharp to go to, it will be played as the natural, and it's a weird semantics, and it's not all fully clear. But that's most of the basics that I want to go over that should hopefully help you learn to actually read a sheet of music. That'll be all for me. See you in the next one.